Okay. That's why somebody told me that it sounded like I was yelling earlier. Now I understand. Because these headphones are really loud. So hold on. Okay. Okay. Now I understand. Now I understand. Now I understand. Okay. I've already done the prayers. I already actually put in 3.5 hours today doing readings, but they want me, there's some type of message here in uh, this is called the Tarot of Dreams. So we're going to bust it out and see what comes out. So thank thee for the protection, guidance, clear and concise and precise messages, angels, ancestors, aliens, all of our protection. So let's see what's going on here. What are the messages for the collective? Sorry, hopefully it's not too. Let me try to move this. Super. Is that better? Maybe it's not as loud. Better? Okay. I'm just afraid when it's sitting on this area, if I shuffle, it's going to be like super loud in here. Okay, messages for the collective. What's going on? Somebody is attempting to come back. I just saw the 8 of Cups in reverse and the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, and now the Chariot. Okay. The 8 of Cups is normally walking away. The 5 of Pentacles is abandonment, being left out in the cold. So both of those are in the reverse. Somebody that maybe had walked away before, that didn't, maybe they didn't say goodbye. Maybe there wasn't closure. I'm not really sure. You're going to know if you're new here. Welcome in, my lovelies, my creative futures. I am Sophia. This is DivinityWithinThee, where we take time to get in touch with the divine. I am a psychic, medium, and uh, galactic individual. So I do channeling for yeah, I see dead people and ancestors, deities, and also get to speak to uh, our galactic helpers as well. So um, somebody was waiting for something. Okay, I'm seeing the 2 of Wands and a 3 of Wands here. It's like okay, someone's coming back. They abandon you. This is a collective reading. So if you're new here, take what resonates for you. If something resonates, if something doesn't resonate, maybe it's not your story. Don't try to make it fit. Sometimes it's one sentence, sometimes it's one word, sometimes it's one part that you may resonate with. You don't have to resonate with. You know, there's energies that come up and questions that will be answered if you're sitting and kind of thinking about maybe something that you're seeking clarity on, then the information will most likely come through if your guides communicate that to my guides, which you'll see if you're new here. Apparently, you're new. So, or whoever's going to be seeing this is going to be new, I guess. So someone made a choice, okay? There was a path and there was 2 doors, like red pill, blue pill, okay? And they basically figured, well, seeing how I'm the key master, right? 555. So seeing that I can change whatever, they decided I can walk through this door, and then when while I'm waiting for something else, while I'm waiting for a collective, or while collective is doing this, or while collective will sit while collective will sit there waiting, I'll take the red pill and the blue pill. So someone actually chose, I'm feeling someone else and something else. And not only that, but they did it for money. Or it's like I'm picking up like either they wanted to be with collective, they wanted to be with you collective because the money, because they knew that there was money, right? Or because they were getting paid to do it. I feel like they may have been getting paid to do some type of humiliation ritual, because the reading earlier was talking about how the collective evaded a humiliation ritual. Um, they passed a test by not returning and by not doing all this stuff. And so that could have been what it was. They're just like, oh, I'm gonna go red door, blue door, and still collect that money and still get my cake and still eat it too and still have these side bitches or whatever. That's kind of what I'm picking up on, is someone, they're trying to do a humiliation ritual on collective, and a lot of these people got paid, and that was their choice, but they still wanted to run this fuck boy, fuck girl energy. Okay. They still wanted to go and hook up with whoever they wanted. They still want to run this while they're collecting to say that they're marrying you or going to be together with you. The Ace of Coins, that they were physically with you. Oh, they were saying that they were with you, collective. Ooh, interesting. They were saying that they were with you while they were going through other doorways, if you know what I mean. That's not that cool, doing this fuck boy, fuck girl thing. Yeah, someone's going to lose their place to live. They're also going to lose their ability to do things, to take action and to do things. For some of these people, they may have, forever this energy is, this fuck boy, fuck girl that couldn't hang on, that couldn't hold on, could hang on only to their dingle dong, but not to whatever. And so they betrayed collective with third party, or they're trying to get them, trying to keep them in a third party mix. Okay. Um, I'm sensing a couple energies here, but somebody that did this action, that took this action, and they collected money, they may have even got a property, or they may have said that they were married to collective to collect some type of money, and then actually took out a property in their name, like as if they were, yeah, as if they were married together. It's like they made like I'm seeing like a loan or a lease, or they bought a property with this money. Look at that, 1222. And they're going to lose that. They're going to lose that because they couldn't keep their dick in their pants. Yeah. This was a physical choice. This was some type of masculine energy. I'm seeing this could be multiple. Yeah. Multiple. Okay. Some of them may be into, they may swing both ways. They may be, maybe they're actually into men, and they were paid to pretend to be into you. Actually, a lot of narcissistic men, especially, um, when they want to hide that they're gay, okay, they are always with like really pretty or very powerful or talented girls because they're siphoning energy. Okay. So this is someone that wanted to rule or conquer collective. Okay, with this energy. Um, and for collective, this is kind of two things. Okay. These people wanted to do this. This was one. This is Emperor energy, fire sign energy, but it doesn't have to be. This is a very earth sign energy, maybe a more of a divine masculine, right? And there's the sun. Okay. So this is potentially a Leo or something like this. Okay. It's like while this divine masculine is like waiting for something to be prepared, they're like, oh, it's going to take more time. And I'm just going to keep saying that it's taking more time because I'm watching you and I'm having my cake and eating it too. I'm up here in the woods on this fucking, in this mountain, fucking doing whatever. And nobody know, like no harm, no foul. Nobody knows, but we can pretend like nothing happened and just start all over happy. It's like I picked up on this before, you guys, like omitting omitting the truth is still lying, right? Like this energy is like, for instance, somebody is what do you call it? It's like somebody's avoiding to have a conversation like as long as they can. Maybe this person's an avoidant to something, and they're just like, Well, I mean, like, I know if collective is the end game, if I know that we're already meant to be together or something and they're the end game, then like I'm gonna live it up. I'm gonna enjoy my single life for a while because like I'm happy and I feel great and I'm gonna just keep running and riding. And they did that. They made that choice to not hang on. And maybe they also got caught up with the third party. They may have even lived with this third party. For some of you guys, they even took money that was supposed to be yours collective and was paying for a house for this other person while they're over there living and fucking this other person. That's crazy. Now, collective, you're about to have this actual emperor energy that's going to come in and help offer you a fresh start. They're going to provide you now with the house. This isn't the same person. This is a different energy. This is a different energy, okay? This person is bringing in justice, okay? They may have caught these people in the act, okay? This person that's entering is a healed person, okay? They don't need to heal anymore. They are already healed. This person is bringing love. You guys may both be healers or something like this. You may travel around the world helping people heal, maybe bringing some type of spiritual justice, okay? Yeah, whoever this Queen of Coins, this Queen of Coins in reverse, uh, Earth sign, Earth sign female. Since it's a Queen of Coins in reverse, it's just stating that it's an Earth sign. If it was upright, it would be more motherly or matronly figure. Because this, I would say, this is someone that is not secure, doesn't have whatever, isn't established. This is a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo female. Can have like brownish, reddish hair. Somebody chose to work with this person. They made the deal with the devil. Capricorn energy can be strong. And now this masculine is in here stuck because they participated in some type of magic, some type of blood ritual, some type of something, and they're fucking stuck, attached to this false Queen of Pentacles. And now they have nothing. They have nothing to give because they didn't actually get the marriage. They didn't, they're not having this union, they're not getting more money, and they're standing there looking like a fucking fool because they hid secrets and they lied. And now they're under serious cosmic court, cosmic judgment. And they're fighting this other person because this other person told them, no, 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 collective will wait. It's cool. Just make them wait. Just make them wait. And they told them, you know, they're already with somebody else. That's what they said. They're with somebody else. They're doing this, they're doing that. And they said all of this shit and it wasn't the truth. They said a bunch of lies to it's like they knew. It's like whoever this reversed Queen of Pentacles is, you know, with this devil energy, right? Whoever this is, I know who it is, but whoever this is, it's like they were so jealous and they knew what the masculine's like weak point is. They knew what the weak point is, right? And so they took that sword and they stabbed it right in the jugular or whatever and trapped this masculine. They imprisoned them with whatever fabrication because they knew that they could keep them in this mental prison. They knew if they made them depressed. So whatever they told this masculine was a lie. Was a lie. They were trying to pretend like they were the high priestess, that they were going to be the high priestess and the magician, and they were going to have a happily ever after. Someone was cloaking. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Okay, these fake people did some type of ritual, some type of sex ritual, blood ritual, probably both something like this, and they cloaked the collective's energy. They cloaked, duped you know, duplicated or attempted to duplicate this energy, and they faked. Like what I'm seeing is what the guides are showing me is like, um, yeah, and this masculine, all they can think about is how they missed this opportunity when it was never a missed opportunity. Everybody told them a different fucking story to make them go with this other person. They could have gotten this, they could have gotten married to this other person instead. They could have gotten this other person pregnant. They could have, you know, who knows, gotten some fucking STD or something, like some weird shit. And all they can think about is how they missed this opportunity because they were caught up in these third party affairs. Um, what they're showing me is like, you know, the scene in The Little Mermaid, where, uh, you know, the sea witch, the what's her name, Ursula, right? She comes up and is this beautiful, dark haired sea witch, right? And she has a little seashell that has the essence, Ariel's essence, and her actual voice. And so she's using it as a spell on the prince, right? She's using it as the spell. And it's like, this is the energy that I'm picking up on. It's like this person, this, yeah, they're not having a good time. They're in the mode of nightmare. Like these collectives, ancestors, collectives, whatever, they're under attack. This bitch is under attack, hardcore under attack. Um, this person could even like try to unalive themselves, or could have threatened to unalive themselves, or a child, or something like this. They're being really dramatic, but it's like literally, it's this energy is like, they planned this. They planned this with the whole group. They planned to unalive this empress and to clone or to take her energy and to take that to take to what do you call it, destiny swap, to take the happy ending. So it's like that, you know, when she's like, she's got him like a siren under a spell, right? And this bitch has got him under some spell, and it's because it's the only way, that's the only way that they could potentially replicate even closely the essence. So they did some type of love spell. They did some type of enchantment spell, and yeah. But this masculine is not in love with them. It's not in love with them. In fact, they're depressed. All they can think about is how they missed this opportunity with collective, and they're probably never going to get it back because they chose some dumb bitch, some dumb fucking lying thief. Yeah, they're going to lose everything. Everything that they work for, they're going to lose because that's what they took away. They took away from this empress her happy ending, her work, her whatever. This can be intellectual property. This can be her actually having a child. Yeah, and that was a choice. That was a choice. Like in Matrix, it's like red pill or blue pill. And this masculine's like, well, I'll just take both and try both. That didn't work out so good. What it did is it ended the thing that they were trying to make last longer. And now it's like they have all of these elementals after them. And the problem is like some of them are very sick and facing death. Some of them, the truth is, they may, the whoever they were hooking up with or whatever did some type of death spell. They were working with some secret fucking organization, and the truth is they did some type of death spell. Okay? And that's coming back to this person. It could potentially be coming back to both. Like let's say this bitch got pregnant, right? And she took this this child that was supposed to be the empress's, right? Because she tried a destiny swap. She got pregnant. Now, guess what? She's going to lose that baby and potentially her life. And nobody might know about it. For some, it could be some really dark shit. Like they're literally like, or this person could have been evil and they realize that they're really evil doing some weird spell work. And they're just like, nah, they double tapped and they're going to bury her. Also, not sure. But the truth is coming out. Or it's like, it can't be hidden any longer. This is a physical life or death. Like these people have to tell the truth. Yeah, they were foolish. They were foolish to work. They worked also with an older woman, Queen of Coins. They took money from this woman, okay, to be with this woman. So whether the masculine took the money or the feminine, this other person took the money from this older woman and played a fool about it while playing that third party part. It's like they were paid to block the connection, to block the communication, to block the messages, to block. So these people were probably working, doing some type of cyberbullying, but to block the actual lovers from coming into play and to keep them in this mental torture, all via spell work. But the spell work backfired because what they didn't count on was collective to be stronger. These are like fifth rate magicians. Like they think that they're magicians, but they're not. They thought because they had done some weird, because they had poisoned people and done some weird spell work or whatever before, that they would be able to like take some people out, like that this would be easy because it was always easy before. But it's like they didn't realize that they were dealing with a divinely selected, a divine selector, a chosen one. Hello. This, I guess tarot can be considered a game. It was initially a card game. It was initially based off of um, the playing deck of cards, right? And then what was added was the major arcana. The major arcana, they were actually two separate decks before they were melded together. And the major arcana is representatory of major transitions that we go through in life. Hello, Sean. Am I a vegetarian? That's an interesting question, but uh, I don't know. Mostly, I guess I would be more of an pescatarian, I guess, if you really want to break it down and not really think about it that much. I don't eat bloody red meat. That's for sure. I'm not one of the deletes. I don't eat people or things like that, but yeah. I lived a lot of years in the ocean and I am a master fisherwoman, so I love to catch fresh things. You know, I love to eat things that we catch fresh. Like there's just something about it, right? Like if you've ever like cut down some trees and then like ran a mill and like planed the wood and like made your own planks of wood, you know, like the same as like if you have a garden and you grew your own food and you went and like picked it and then you prepared it, same. So um I'm pretty much on a plant-based diet. I don't eat, to be honest, like I don't eat a lot of dairy either. I do eat eggs. I ate eggs tonight. Um, the Six of Wands. Somebody is about to have victory. Collective, you're about to have this victory. Okay? And someone is getting this 10 of Wands. They are getting a whole bunch of bullshit. So let's figure out what the two differences are. Collective, you are getting this Palace of Coins. You're about to be victorious in getting some type of house, some type of property, some type of investment for some type of house or property. Um, could be multiple properties. The Palace of Coins, the coins, this is a physical financial this is physical financial standing. So to have the palace, there's 4 extra cards in this deck. Maybe that's why this deck wanted to come out. To have the palace of coins, this is like a house that you own outright. This is maybe a house that's also maybe properties, or maybe like, this is big, maybe like a castle or a mansion, or like a museum, a business, something like this, like, or maybe like a whole hotel, or I don't know. It's like a whole thing. And you already own it outright, but it also like produces some type of money. Maybe it's like a bed and breakfast, or I don't really know, something like that. Um, but you guys are going to be victorious in receiving that. It could be in different places in the world. Okay. Could be located in different places around the world, or you may be traveling to go and check out this property or this castle or this house, or maybe you're victorious in getting enough money. Maybe you sold a property and now um, collected a property. I don't know. Maybe there's something that's paying, like maybe this property is being, like rented out. Like let's say it's a castle or hotel, like a bed and breakfast, right? And then this bed and breakfast is already making its own money. You're going to go check it out, but you're also going to go and figure out, maybe you're going to buy more properties or more investment in different places of the world. Okay. I'm seeing different climates, okay? Maybe you're going to have one that's like higher up where the clouds run through. Maybe you'll have one that's more like in a forest or like a jungle setting, maybe you'll have one that's closer to the ocean or by some water or something like this. Maybe you'll have one that's more in the desert, or maybe by a volcano, fire, I don't know. Cuz see, yeah, that's awesome. So you guys are about to be victorious in this. What is the story with the world? Yeah, the 8 of coins. You guys have done a lot of work. It's like the reading that I did earlier was talking about collective, how collective actually like um how you pass a test, right? Like you pass a test that you didn't even realize you were taking, because you didn't even realize that the people were administering this test, but they're kind of like observing. They're watching the way you work, how you're meticulous, how the quality of your work, how they're trying to understand you, collective, and they can't quite understand you. But you guys basically went from an apprentice to a master. And now you're basically like this master teacher. For some of you guys, you could be going around the world to start some type of organization or school, or um, something like this, where you're going to be teaching people. Okay. That could be part of your work. You can be sharing your craft. Maybe you're getting recognized for your craft. Maybe you make art. Maybe you've done this. Maybe something that you do, and you're going to be, um, maybe you went viral and the whole world is seeing your craft, and they're, you know, in love with it. Something like this. Yeah, yeah. You're going to have multiple houses. Look, enter the Palace of Wands. Yeah, you're going to have like a creative one, and you're going to have another one. These are in different areas. Okay. This creative palace is more secluded. Okay. It may be nestled more like in a valley or whatever, right? The wands, it could be like by a volcano. I don't know why, but it could be like this. Whereas this other one is going to be more like in the woods, right? In the woods, or maybe like in a jungle area, something like this. Um, But yeah, you worked really hard, and it's like now someone is coming in to make an offer. King of Cups energy, faith energy. This is really interesting because faith is the Hierophant. So maybe you guys are having a mystery school. Maybe you're going to be teaching something at the mystery school. Maybe you're traveling to go sit with some type of elders or teachers or something like this. You know, maybe to do some harder work, or like shaman something. I don't know. Yeah. You could be a strong water sign. There could be another water sign that is wanting to come in and, you know, take you off the market, wanting to come in and make this devotion to you because we have the Queen of Cups here. So we have the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups. Maybe somebody you met before, somebody that you know, maybe from a long time ago. They can be from a past life. Flowers can hold a specific significance. They could be wanting to bring you flowers. Maybe you've been blooming. Maybe they've been watching you bloom. Maybe there's a lot of growth that's happened between the two of you guys. Someone is coming out of this hermit mode. Someone is ready to come out of this hermit mode and, you know, step back into the world. Maybe they're ready to speak, you know, maybe you've been no contact for an extended amount of time because people have been doing their own thing. This is like someone's about to break contact. I think someone that you haven't spoken with or seen in a really long time. Maybe someone that you didn't even suspect to be coming back around. We are in retrograde. There's justice energy. Okay. Can be Virgo energy, water sign. The Six of Cups is Scorpionic energy. This is the Justice is Libra energy. Doesn't have to be, you know, there's lots of signs here, but just picking up on that. It's like for some of you guys, this can also be like part of your, what do you call it? Part of your karmic, like part of your cosmic reward, something like this. Yeah. You have somebody, it's like you guys may have multiple places. Here's the Palace of Swords. Okay. This would be a place where this is more like a penthouse or something like this. Okay. Penthouse energy. What is this? Ten of Swords. So we'll see. Who is this? Who is this? We got the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Swords. What's going on here? An Emperor in reverse. Okay. So some type of group organization, something like this, they wanted to give you extra work. They maybe even attacked you, collective, and they're going down. It's not looking good. This energy is being returned. It's like, again, play stupid games, win stupid prizes, right? They tried to take your wheel of fortune. Maybe they could have already had, it's like somebody has, like, you have multiple properties or something, let's say, and it's like somebody has your property and they're like, they don't want to get out of it. They don't want to get out of it. Maybe they've had it for a long time. Maybe it's somebody even that you're related to, you know, can be some type of family member or something like this. Maybe they're not real family. Maybe they're like, um, what do you call it? Like first cousin, second cousin, or like married into the family or something like this, right? But I think it's someone that maybe you met before, or maybe you heard of, but like I don't really know if you're that super close to them. But it's like, yeah, um, it's like they're being told eviction or something else that's happening. Can you hear me meow? Can you hear me meow? Okay, good. Haters. So yeah, that's basically what's going on. If you're new here, they like to cut out because like there's a lot of monitoring going, and anytime I drop the real knowledge, they cause a whatever a disruption. They don't like to hear it. So yeah, that's what happened is these people are losing their stability because they wanted you to lose your stability, and because they wanted you to lose your stability because they were literally willing to take your house, your home, or they've already been living in it, to and using your fortune, living off of what was yours. For some of you guys, this could have been left to you. It's like It's like, let's say you had great grandparents, right? And let's say they also had some type of gifts or they knew what was going on, right? And they knew, like, let's say that they worked with some type of psychic or, maybe they were in tune somehow. And they knew that the family curse, like whoever was going to break the family curse or whoever was going to step into this thing, that it's like it skipped a generation or two, right? Like this, not just this fortune, but this like power or capability or something. And so they left these properties and this thing, and these other people basically are like, it's not fair. So they chose to hide it from you. Okay. These are your own family. They chose to hide it from you um, because they felt that it was just for them and that they would be better at spending your money and taking care of your houses while trying to make you look by keeping you unstable. Wow. They all stabbed you in the back while making you work off your ass, collective, while they're out here using all your fucking money and your funding that was never theirs in the first place. So there's a judge, there's a lawyer, there's a bank associate, there's also someone, whoever's dealing with like a notary, I don't know, whoever granted for these people to have access or power of attorney over you, like that there's something seriously wrong there because there's a lot of stipulations, like they have to have in-person meetings and appointments and in order to do that. So these people are going to prison if they passed this. And a lot of these other people could be going to prison. They're going away because they didn't choose peace. They didn't choose to heal. So they're gonna be forced to go to a space to heal or just to be locked up. That was their decision. They made the decision and then they stood on that decision and pretended like, I don't know what you're talking about. Fucking Jezebel ass, demonic ass motherfuckers these are also the people that literally wanted to take away your happy ending, whatever you were supposed to get. And they paid this Jezebel spirit, did this demonic work to say, hey, get him to go through the wrong door. Get him to go through the wrong door with the whore. And listen, I don't care. Like this came up earlier. I don't care who the fuck you are. Okay. If you don't like that someone's calling you a whore, a hooker, or a prostitute. Okay. If you get paid, to take your clothes off, to get naked, to bend over, to spread your ass cheeks and put your pussy in people's faces, okay? You get paid to do that, you're a hoe. If you take money also to get paid to go fuck some dude, right? That has a wife or a girlfriend and you knew that, and actually you even knew her, okay? You're a whore. You are a whore, you are a hooker, and you are a prostitute because you took money. You took money to fuck some guy. That makes you a whore. It is what it is. You can try to paint it any way you want. You took money, spread your legs to be a third party. That makes you not even just a whore, but a home wrecker. Okay, Philly. So anyways, yeah, just to clear that up. And you're also a manipulative whore if you go and you get with people, you get with men just to get pregnant, just to ruin their lives, to interrupt. Like it's like this person is so jealous. This Page of Wands. Look at this shicey ass fucking face with the Page of Cups in reverse. They faked their love. They faked their love. And now it's like they don't love that person. They never loved that person. It was fake. It was a spell. It was all manipulation. It was all a lie. It was all bullshit. And it was like a lust. It literally was a satanic ritual. And they did it. They went against someone else's free will. So there is a price they're going to have to pay. A big price they're going to have to pay because they knowingly did it. Look at that. Yeah, they're under attack. They're under spiritual attack. And they're not going to ever get to have love again. It's like someone did it to them. It's like hurt people hurt people. No, hurt people can heal people too. I'm first one to be the advocate and dropping that and delivering that message real quick. It's a choice. It's a choice. You choose to be an asshole or you don't. You choose to be a whore. You choose to be a homewrecker. You choose to fuck somebody else's person for money, then you're a fucking prostitute. You're a skank ass whore. Period. There's no, you can't negotiate around that. You took money to get undressed, to bend over, to put your ass in people's faces, and then you took your clothes off and spread your fucking pussy open and took dick for money. That makes you a whore. There's no other way around it, okay? Whoever's here that wants to really know, that's the message. That's the message. Everything's bugged through EMF, and boy, are they playing games with it. They call themselves real estate vampires. They don't sleep. They beat you down, trying to enslave you, imprison you, surround you with melanoma. They are going to be exposed already. So, okay, so this is what it is actually. Yeah, so basically they're running a real estate scam, right? Like this has been something that keeps going around. First, it's these romance scammers where they're like, they send it in. It's like, dude, do you really think a 20-year-old like is going to go for a 50 or 60-year-old? Doesn't matter how good you look. Like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like unless that person is receiving some type of fucking benefit, they don't want to be with you. That was a paid job. That was a paid job. You took money to fuck somebody and to fuck over somebody's life. That's going to cost you. What is it that you do for work since you wanted to ruin someone else's life and someone else's relationship and someone else's work? You're going to now lose your relationship. You're going to lose your job. And if your job is, oh, I don't know, let's say dancing as a fucking hooker, you're going to break your leg. You're going to break your face. And you're not going to be able to have that job ever again. And whatever you're making your money and getting your fame off of, because you fuck somebody to siphon energy off of the collective, and you took collective's partner, yeah, if you're pregnant, you're losing your kid's life and potentially yours. This truth is non-negotiable. This truth is non-negotiable. And so that's what they did. They're like romance scammers, right? They send people in and they try to siphon off energies. They try to swap destinies. They try to steal properties, and they try to go in with people that are maybe like older, maybe have money, or maybe they can steal their identity or their passports or whatever. And they're doing it, right? By using someone else's identity online. Like this is what I was picking up on earlier too, is like by creating a deep fake, by using someone's voice, by using someone's picture and putting it on pornography or whatever else, you now stole an identity too. So not only are you, and you can be charged for identity fraud, identity theft, deprivation of character, human trafficking, sexual assault, sex trafficking if you're making deep fake of whatever. Yeah, wasn't a good choice to try to off a high priestess, a divinely chosen empress that has the strength literally of the fucking cosmos, because the whole universe chose. It's like this big cat energy. This is Lyran. I'm Lyran High Priestess. This is Lyran. You ever seen a big cat? They can fucking eat you whole, bro. There was a female leader and she used to stomp people out. She used to go to war and she'd stomp people out with her elephants and feed men who try to lust over her to her fucking lions and her tigers. Let's go. So anyways, these people are having a bad time. and their relatives, even their passed on relatives, your passed on relatives, their passed on whatever, they're coming. They're doing this, okay? Um, yeah, they try to take this away from you. For some of you guys, you could have had another family or something that left you some type of spiritual inheritance. They left you these things, and these people literally took them away. They pretended to be you. They pretended to be married to you. This is 10 of Cups. This is marriage, family, okay? Again, these could have been family members. Yeah, they wanted to take your opportunity. Yeah, 100%. They were family members, and they've been fucking living it up. They've been like pigs and shit, pretending like they have all this money to spare. Red hair can be very significant for male and female. There's a lot of it in this deck. Um, yeah, yeah, they didn't give you what was yours, and now they're gonna have to. Plus tax, plus time, plus interest, plus what's it called? Um, pain and suffering, plus time lost, plus. Shouldn't have fucking tried to walk through both doors, huh? Should have actually done the work. Because they try to do that. They try to literally keep collective in some type of third party shit to try some humiliation ritual to try to break their heart. It's like they were planning this all along, or it's like they were still planning on going through with it. They're like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna be evasive. Like I'm gonna not be evasive. I'm gonna be like elusive. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be elusive. And then when the collective comes running back to me, I'm going to be like, oh, I love you so much, and we're gonna get married and supposedly have this 10 of cups, but just so you can be connected to them, just so they can be connected to you and collect this fucking money because they're trying to cash out. And then they were going to bring in this fucking third party and try to make you look like a fucking fool. This queen of coins in reverse. And they were going to try to break your heart. And you were just like, oh, this other bit, you're dumb enough to fuck some dumb little fucking whore that fucked everybody else and let everybody else run her. I'm actually not even sad or heartbroken about it. If it's that easy to win you over, have a nice life. And you guys collective, you're just like, if you can fuck my guy or you can fuck my girl, you can fucking have them, because that means they're not mine anymore. If they're that easy, I don't want them, because they don't have any loyalty. They don't have any self-control, and they're not somebody that I'm interested in building a home with. And collective, you walk the fuck away from that shit, and you got out. You got away from this cord. You cut the cords of this Jezebel energy, okay? And it doesn't have to be this woman that was it's like she could have been attached to you by fucking this masculine, and then the masculine being attached to your energy by you being having this connection to them, and they're literally siphoning, harvesting your energy. Yeah, trying to keep you in balance, trying to literally suck your life force energy. And now you're just like, all right, you're gonna go real fast away for a real long time, real slow. Like normally this is moving to safety, but as you see, it's like people are about to come in. Someone's about to come in and fuck these people up. Yeah, they're about to be all like physically unhealed for lying. Oh, these people are about to get a rinsing out. Yeah, for lying. They're lying. They're lying, and they're hiding stuff, and they cheated to try to get something that wasn't theirs. They achieved something, but they don't get to keep it because they got fucking caught. They got caught. They're running around also in the nighttime doing this, creating these lies, saying, oh, well, I have this physical thing to offer, but they're not healed. These people aren't healed. They're manipulative. They're liars. They're scandalous. So now someone's coming to get them, and you're getting all these properties, and they're not getting whatever is meant to come in for you because they didn't hang on for you. Yeah. You just kept doing the work and kept doing the work. And collective, you're almost in this mode where you're like, It's cool. Like, I'll just keep doing the work. I don't mind. I like what I do. And actually, I'd rather keep doing what I love to do than having some fucking one that's lying straight up to my face. We don't want fake love. We don't want love that's only tapping in because they're getting paid, but they're really fucking other people and doing satanic demonic rituals, and they're trying to harvest collective's energy. They're trying to fight collective. They're trying to get collective to fight for them. What the fuck kind of shit is this? They're under major spiritual judgment. They're unstable. These people are completely unstable. Like they're fighting. It's even funnier. Yeah. And this bitch won't leave this house. She won't leave this house that's not hers. She's trying to be like, well, masculine gave it to me. Did not. He went somewhere. And she fucking asserted herself by claiming it. And now there's a lot of instability. They're having a big fight. For some of you guys, what could happen is someone could fucking come while they're having a fight, or someone called the police or did something like that, and someone's coming in and they're always fucking fighting. There's all of this. Someone else called the police and they're going down. And when these people go down, maybe already happened, this whole ring is going down because they're all interconnected. And what they've been working on for a long time is now fucking all crashing in their face. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. These people, this is like some level of diabolicalness, you know? This is some organization, some cult organization or some wannabe cult organization or something like this where they're doing that because, um, just to keep seeing the emperor in reverse again. Um, yeah, they've been trying to collect what was yours. They're trying to take it. It's like, this is a divinely ordained blessing. And they can't it's like collective. You're like, you walked away from it. You're like, listen, I walked away from it. Maybe you didn't know that you're walking away from it, but you walked away from this bullshit. And now the universe is like, okay, but you still get your blessing. So now you're totally good. You're waiting for your divine blessing, right? Because they didn't actually receive it. And the people that were trying to take it, it's like maybe they were harvesting or like siphoning some of your energy. And so they were experiencing some of it. And so they thought that they were winning. But it's like this was a trick from the divine. Yeah. This was a divine orchestration to keep them so they can make this. They've been being watched. They've been being watched and they're not leaving. And they think that they've been victorious, but they, and as a matter of fact, have not been victorious. They're losing. Yeah. It's going to be fucking heartbroken because that's what they wanted for the collective. And the collective is in this energy of, I don't give a fuck. Because what all y'all showed me was no love. So you think I'm going to output more love, more attention, more energy? Nah. Collective is like, I'm about to have both. I have all the keys. Collective. Empress is like the key master. She's like, listen, nothing gets produced without me. Big mistake. Huge. Huge. And this isn't just a child. This is like birthing, like imagine this is the new world. This is the new era. This is art. This is creative. This is gestating. This is um the Empress is like manifesting, right? She's it's like conceptualization. So it can be an art project, it can be a business, it can be a child, it can be a family, it can be a garden, food, whatever. It can be a new earth, whatever it is. And she's creating it by herself. This may have been the move. This may be the move that is going to make femininity going back to asexual production. because they just realize masculine are only about fulfilling their own fucking pleasures, not fulfilling the goddess, who is the creation of everything. So they're not getting their wish, but collective, you're getting your wish. You're going to get your wish. So focus on what your actual wish is, what you're creating. For many of you guys, collective, you actually have something that you're creating. And so you got to focus on that thing that you're creating and not hyper focus on what these fucktards are doing. You know, they missed their opportunity. That's it. They missed their opportunity. They know it. They know it. And it's like they had ample opportunity. They had ample opportunity. Somebody may actually try to come back, to muster up the strength to come back. Why? Because they want this money or what? They wanted, somebody wants to have some type of soul tie. They want to fuck. They want to fuck you. So don't do it. Don't do it. Stand your ground, collective. If you're just like, listen, I don't want to fuck until I get married, until I have a fucking house and a ring and until you provide me all of these things, like, you don't touch the pussy. Sorry. Stand on business. You don't touch the D, whatever it is. Stand on business. And anybody who wants to fight your boundaries and disrespect, you got to understand that those boundaries were put in place by people not taking action, by people being weak ass fucking bitches, by them not offering safety, by them not offering security. They did that while having this hoe that won't fucking get the fuck out of a house that doesn't belong to her. She has claimed something. She has claimed a property, a house, intellectual property, something like this, and she's holding on to it, and she doesn't want to go, and she's under this judgment, and it's literally going to bring down this whole organization. Yeah, because some bitch won't fucking leave a house that was never hers because she thinks that she's fucking owed it. Multiple people in multiple places. They're all about to be evicted. They've been asked nicely. They've been told nicely. They said, okay, you can go, whatever. They're going to be out in the cold. Whether they're old, whether they're young, whether they have babies, whether they have money, it doesn't fucking matter. They made the choice. They already made that choice. And that's what they did to the collective. They abandoned collective. I don't believe in a lord. Lord is someone that owns property and livestock. Source creation is goddess, is feminine. Everything in this whole world is feminine by nature. Tell me what man ever created. Sorry, I don't. Fuck the patriarchy. I don't let anybody lord over me, nor should anybody else let anybody lord over them. Look up the etymology of the word before you start quoting things. Just saying. Thank you for the compliment of my nice hair. But yeah, if you're new here, I talk about a lot of esoterics, a lot of wisdom, a lot of ancient wisdom, and I don't work with Abrahamic religions that go off of biblical text that was written by men that wrote demonology before they produced the King James version of the Bible and created a whole fucking witch hunt to take out women because they were healing people with herbs and then created pharmaceuticals and everything else. So no, I can't buy on to anybody lording over me, nor will I ever. And fuck the patriarchy. Matriarchy is about to rise, and me as a very in tune psychic can tell you we ain't fighting anymore, but some people are going to have this wounded warrior energy, and a lot of these men are under this depression because they think that they're owed this. But I do believe in source, creation, universe, God, goddess, great, goddess, good, feminine, womb, man, female. The man comes from the womb, is a manifestation of the womb, not the other way around. Woman did not come from man. Man came from woman. will always come from women on all different directions. Female, male comes from female. So, anyways, you get me, yeah. Yeah, we're changing the Masonic world. Yeah. No. I'm not offended. I'm not offended. I just like to drop the knowledge, like, because I know that a lot of people come on here and then they're like, wait, and then they're just like, and I'm like, listen, here's the thing. If you look up the etymology of the word Lord, it is someone who is ownership. So it's for land, livestock, and slaves. Like, do you want to be enslaved? Do you want to live a life of servitude, or do you want to live a life of joy? Like, everything was free and beautiful when we came here, right? So we got to stop with the and it's something that I teach here, like literally almost every day, is words are spells. That's why it's called spelling. And so when we understand, or when we understand or overstand that they're the words that we use are part of what's keeping us trapped in a lower vibrational frequency, and we're just trying to get out of that. We're just doing our best collectively to move out of that space, right? We want to rise to the fourth and fifth densities. We want to ascend, and as we get to ascension, collective consciousness is not somebody lording over. And that's why I really don't believe that patriarchal systems will be sustainable going forward. Besides that, I've been predicting it for about 15 years. I've been seeing it come along the way, and yeah, it's just the way of the world. I kind of started this whole thing, this movement, matriarchy meow, like last year, and it seems to really be picking up. This is the next one I did. I'll put the slaps on the page so you guys can color them in. Send them back. We'll figure out who does the best coloring. I need to post the regular matriarchy now before I colored it for you guys. But yeah, and it's not about like when people are like, oh, well, you're a feminist or something like this. It's like, well, I feel like everybody should be, right? Because like the reality is the most oppressed people on this planet throughout his story. It's when the dude started writing the story that he started eliminating the feminine out who has been in control. Like even Yeshua, his greatest teacher was Sophia. He became a ascended master, not a lord, not a fucking savior. Like, he really doesn't like that. He doesn't like that. He doesn't like to be worshipped. He hates that everybody's using the cross. They're worshiping a false idol and a man. He was a man. His whole point was basically he was prophet in nature, right? So he came to give the information. When he studied the mystery schools, when he learned all the information, he basically was like, well, I'm going to go around and preach it to people and teach people how to heal themselves, teach them how to become one with nature, teach them how to work with different foods and different medicine and do all of these things. And that was what he was doing. And so he was just teaching people, that we came here, and part of coming through the veil and incarnating into this form is that we've already we will die. We're already in this third density, and we are already like the karmic balance of the cosmos already is um we're all responsible for our own sins, for our own transgressions, basically. And so I think a lot of people are like, well, I can do whatever I want and then just ask Jesus for forgiveness. But Jesus is like, what the fuck? I just told you, like, everybody's responsible. Like, you die, right? You incarnated because you're an infinite soul. You're an infinite being. You're eternal. You're just having a temporary human experience. So when you come in and you enter this meat sack and you die, you're dying. You're doing the same thing for your own transgression. So you have your own karma that you're gonna. It's cool. Don't worry. That's part of what this incarnation is about, and that's what he's teaching people. But of course, like telephone, people get lost. They get translation gets lost in translation, and things get a little bit you know mixed up, let's say. But yeah, Franciscan University, which is Catholic University. Okay, yeah. College students they took around, a golden staff. There were literally 11 to 14-year-old children passing out in the pews and being taken out on stretchers. Wow, that's weird. Yeah, and like that's the thing, right? Because and this is something that I talk about all the time. I don't have an issue. Like Yeshua, that's my brother, right? He's ascended master, right? He was a prophet. He's here. Like it's about reawakening, right? Even Sophia, it was about she was leading him to different places to open grid lines, to open doors, portals on our grid system to awaken the Christ consciousness. And now we're here again. And yeah, and so the thing is a lot of patriarchy is very demonic in nature. And I tell people this all the time, and people get very uncomfortable. And I'm like, listen, just so you understand, I was very uncomfortable when I figured this shit out last year when they started really downloading me with the difference of what was demonic and what was not. And they told me, they showed me, and I was like, I can't tell people this. And they're like, you have to. And I was like, isn't this the shit that Jesus was telling people that they hung him on the cross for? And they're like, exactly. Yeah, keep going. You're right on track. And I'm like, are they gonna crucify me? And they're like, no, 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 we got you. We got you. We're gonna keep you protected. Like I have a whole legion of angels and guides and, crazy. But basically what they told me to download people with was the fact that a large portion of the patriarchy was or is working on these very demonic rituals in nature, right? And the most demonic one, which is in most Abrahamic religions, is the partaking of the sacrament, the eating of the flesh and the drinking of the blood. Now, if we go to what's going on in the political world out there in our governmental systems, we're like, wait a second, they're eating flesh and drinking blood. So it's something that people have a hard time with because Catholic, Christian, Protestant, all of them, they do the sacrament. But that is how the patriarchy is literally siphoning the energy and getting everybody to agree to concur to the satanic rituals is the sacrament. And I'm just like, what the like it was a lot. It was a lot for me to fucking digest. I had to sit for like 3 to 5 days before I could even come on and share it. And I would like had a really hard time. I was like, what? And they're like, you got to share it. And I'm like, what? And they're like, that's your job. You're the messenger. It's not your job to whatever. It's just your job to deliver the truth. You just deliver the truth. It's information for people. How they choose to deal with it is not your problem. If they choose to listen to your guidance or not is not your problem. You're just here to speak the truth. You're just a messenger. Please deliver the message. Thank you. And I'm just like, okay, cool. Yes. Yes. So, yeah. And so many of us are here on divine missions. I mean, there is a lot of like NPCs. There is a lot of lower vibrational beings that are out here. And that's like some of them, that's what they're trying to do is they're mixing up what the actual faith is. They created religion for people to be like opium for the masses to hold this faith towards them, but the reality is they're having faith in the wrong thing. It's like seek not like everything you need is within, right? Seek not outside yourself because it's already in you. So your faith is reconnecting, right? That's why my channel is called Divinity Within Thee. It's about teaching people that the divine is existing in all of us, that we are just incarnations of divinity experiencing itself individually because it got bored because it's infinite, bro, because it's eternal. And so now we're all part of this one collective conscious. And as we're raising to fourth and fifth densities, right, as we're fluctuating between third and fifth densities, we can tap into more of this collective consciousness and we can be like, oh, okay, yeah. And you'll see, I talk about this all the time, the people that are like, oh, but I'm still going to choose this person because of my politics, because I choose this or that. It's like, are you choosing demonic rule? Or are you choosing angelic cleansing? Are you choosing pedo worship and putting them in office? Or are you choosing prosecuting and executing and cleaning the system into this angelic state. And like the thing is people are like, well, that's not what Jesus, like, how the fuck do you know what Jesus would do? Because somebody in patriarchy told you? Like the Bible was rewritten to create fear because fear, scarcity, lack, all of that, even the calendar was rewritten the to use religions to tax people, to collect the money. Before it was supposed to be to collect the money so if people were starving or they needed to house or there was children that got left or orphaned, like that's what it used to feed. Offerings and things like that was the food so the children could eat, not so it could be thrown in the trash. Like, so if people were hungry there, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's super weird. But we're just a lot of people have just been programmed with it. And it's not anybody's um it's not anybody's fault. Like, I'm not trying to say like screw you, like I'm not offended. I'm just here to share knowledge, right? I'm just here to give knowledge, to drop knowledge to people and say, listen, this is the actuality. Now, if you go and actually do a little bit of research, you're going to find that and you're going to be like, fuck, like some of us already know. Like, I'm sure if you if you worked in like a Catholic college, I'm sure you have I'm sure you have some firsthand experiences of how weird the faith and organized religions and other things can really be. And it can get really heavy. You dated a descendant Rockefeller and recently came across a Masonic man that was shit compared to him. Yeah, that's the point. Is like because they're feeding off of so much things. And now here's the thing, if you're chosen, if you're an angelic, if you're a chosen being, right? This is like what me and a lot of the other collective is experiencing, is like due to our faith, due to our unwavering commitment, and due to our mission, right? They can't fuck with us when we stay clean and clear, right? That's why a lot of people are like, oh, well, are you religious or what are you? Because you practice celibacy and you do all this stuff and you don't want to drink anymore. And I'm like, bro, I've been in communications with spirits since I was a child. I don't need to drink. That's just like what I used to do to like hang out with people socially because that's what everybody else did. Like, I don't fucking know, but like it's about like keeping the vessel really clean and clear. That way you're not having any of these demonic entities attached. And like a lot of people, they're feeding off of a lot of people. Like a lot of people are caught up on like pornography and different things like this. And as they're, excuse me, experiencing these addictions, whether it's substances or corn or video games or who fucking knows, whatever. Like, it's what they're feeding off of. It's what these higher ups are feeding off of. And it doesn't matter if these people are Masonic because they have, it's like they're the puppeteers, the puppeteers. And so now they're like shit because they want to keep a lot of these higher faith people, they want to keep us quiet, but it's not working because the whole system is changing and because now we're calling on higher beings. And for me, I channel a lot of uh ETs, right? Like, I work a lot with like mantis. I also work a lot with like ancient deities. And oh, it just started raining. And the Galactic Federation, right? And so there's a lot of people that are here to help raise the grid of consciousness, or a lot of beings. But it's a little bit, they're going slowly because they don't want, because the patriarchy, because whatever our structures had made it so scary for so long, and that there's going to be a zombie apocalypse and an alien invasion and all this stuff. They're like tiptoeing because like they're not really here. Like, there is some that are on the darker overlord order, right? That's like a lot of these people are like reptilian or draconian in nature, right? And they're on this draconian this dark overlord mission, and a lot of them are running through the AI, the medias and stuff like this. This is how they can track and follow, and that's what they're feeding off of. That's how they're staying alive, right? It's like vampiric in nature. And I'm not saying, again, not saying all reptilians or all draconians or all vampires or whatever, are bad in nature. I'm just saying that's the type of energy where they're literally having to feed off of souls to keep their youth, to keep their money, to keep their energy, because they're feeding, they're siphoning and harvesting that energy by getting everybody else to do these rituals. So the more that we can just be like, wait a second, actually, I don't know if I should do that anymore. Just a little bit at a time, right? You don't have to be like, I don't love the scriptures and I don't love God anymore, to be like, you know what? I don't think I should go to your church and take your sacrament. Maybe you still like going to church. Maybe you like the people that are there. I don't know. Maybe you still like reading the Bible. That's okay, but a lot of it was rewritten, so just be aware. And but I just think it's really funny that people that are really standing by, people that are pedophiles and people that are standing by, religions that are participating on these sacrifices, these blood rituals and blood sacrifices and weird shit. Like it's just it's a little odd. But yeah, we're in these weird times and the veil is very thin and there's a lot of information coming. And like, yeah, it takes people a little bit. Um, All religions are a byproduct of spirituality. Religion takes suppress and our authentic self. Yeah, a lot of religions say that religions are different for every person. Like nobody is worshiping the same because it's about your direct connection to source, about your direct connection to God, or the all that is. I had a big on my feed earlier. People are this one fucking asshole was like, "Oh, okay, schizophrenic chat," and I was like, "No, bro." Like I was like when I was getting the downloads, I was like sitting meditating with the angels, right? And I was like, "What are you telling me?" And they got me to the state, and because I was like, what was I talking about? Oh, I was like singing some type of reggae song or something, and then it like came to me, and they were like, "Did you ever think that like a lot of the translation was just reworded?" Right? That's what happened. That's what patriarchy kind of did. They came in and reworded it. So for instance, God is great, right? If you don't separate God is goddess, goddess good, goddess great, right? But it can apply, right, either way. But then they were showing me like, well, I was like, well, what about the most high God? And they're like, well, the gods, like what were considered the gods, or the higher beings, right, is like the Lyrian, the Syrian, the Atlantean that brought all this knowledge down here, right? And like if they brought down, I was talking about this before, they brought down the plant, right? They brought down the ganj plant, and it came, they remapped it, and it came from Sirius B, right? And from the Canis major, Canis minor system, and they brought it down. Like the Syrians were very like holistic plant medicine people, healers, different things like this, right? And so they brought it down, and I talk a lot about, or they gave me like this download this week about basically like the consider the earth, like first of all it's earth school, but consider the earth basically like an alien uh, botanical garden planet, you know? And so they're storing like a lot of the minerals and the water, and they've implanted a lot of these different plants and species and blah 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 blah. And then they made humans to kind of tend and work with the nature. And then like over time, we stopped working with the nature and we started harvesting them, right? Like when we switched. And so, yeah, it's just very interesting. But they were just saying, like, you know, the most high God. They're like, what if? And they're like, what if it was the Most High? And I was like, what? And I started laughing. And then I was like, are you serious? And then I literally got into the space where I was like, I felt super lit, and they were like giving me all these different downloads, and they're like, well, blah blah blah, and this and that, and da 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 da, and like, why do you think it's called like they were just telling me like all the stuff, and I was like, whoa, that's crazy. Like that's crazy. And I was like, but it's not actually, because a lot of this mind control and manipulation and stuff can be disrupted from the ganj, literally. I went back and I started looking at some of their tests from the 60s and 70s, and they're like, yeah, people that were doing this like weren't as susceptible to the mind experimentation. And like, they're just releasing all this information, about the the ultra and all that stuff. And like, this isn't the reason why they're releasing it is because they have to tell the truth about what's going on, right? Like, this is how the demonic, like they put a lot of this information in movies and people are like, oh, that was just a movie. It's like, yeah, because they have to what's the word? They have to omit the truth, but how they do that, whatever. So it's like they let millions of people know because millions of people watch the movie, right? But they didn't really like digest it, right? Like what was this movie? Like the Pixar movie, Monsters Inc., right? And they're harvesting, scaring the fear, the adrenochrome out of these children. And then they're like, well, actually, what we realized at the end was laughter is actually like more powerful. And so then, because, they're like, well, let's be good. So it's like they already know that there is an alternative, but most of them are choosing to be these scary monsters instead of like good monsters. But like, this is the way, I don't know, it's just like a weird connection, but like, this is how we can kind of look at things because they are putting everything, even in the children's movies, like blatant as day. They're telling us about it. It's just we're choosing to be like, oh, like, oh, okay, oh, okay, like pedos are running the country and the world. That's tight. That's tight. Like what? And what is everybody doing? They're like, oh, well, I don't want to say that I'm wrong for voting for fucking an orange clown that's a pedo. So I'm gonna stand my ground. I'm gonna die on that hill instead of I'm gonna prove to my children that I support pedos instead of protect my children, because that's really what you're saying. That's the only thing you're saying. You can't love children and protect pedos. It just doesn't work out unless you like children like that. It's weird. It's super weird. But people are kind of waking up and just a little bit, but it's really about our direct connection, right? Like religion, priests, and things like this. Like there was prophets, but then they put the priests and they did this. Like it was supposed to be in order to cleanse and do sacred things and to do chanting and do stuff like this. And it's about your direct connection to source. Like where they created the middleman was in organized religion. That's because it's opium for the masses, right? Because they could get them to start participating and reading and chanting and doing whatever. And, but most people didn't realize that. Like for me, I'm like, fuck, like this is heavy. It's a lot. So, you're happy that you stumbled across. You're a true girl's girl. Thank you. Crystal Nexus. That's tight. That's a tight name. Yeah, you read the book of Jacob. You got halfway through it and was like, there's no way they sent him back to fornicate with his mother, sister, children like that. Well, because here's the thing, because they spent so much time writing all the women out of the text because they wanted to make everything about man, patriarchal, um that she kind of melded into the same person. Like I don't even think like Mary, okay? Mary was an initiative name, just like a like an MD or like a Mr. or a Mrs. Like Mary was like a womb priestess, a high womb priestess, like a high level womb priestess that studied since they were very small. And actually, I don't think she wasn't just some random person. And I don't think she's the one that had Jesus. I think that they were actually partners, one hundo. But she got rewritten to the mother that was compassionate. Is that because maybe it was a little bit twisted to where maybe she was his partner and then maybe, maybe when he, what do you call it? After the crucifixion, the crucifixion, oh, whatever, fiction. After they did that and he was there and doing the whole thing for 3 days and then coming back up, that's actually ancient Egyptian um, rites of passage. It's actually a ritual that they do to connect into a higher thing, which he actually learned in Egypt prior to that. So imagine if he was reaching his level of ascension and he was doing that, because then she did it after, and she was the only one there waiting for him as well. So here's the thing. Imagine just like Isis, because Mary Magdalene was another incarnation of the Isis, like the Isis and Osiris. The same thing happened with Osiris. She had Anubis help to resurrect him just enough so she could, you know, conceive the next son, because she knew the next son was what was going to ultimately eliminate all of the bad shit. Because now that he was gone, he couldn't protect the land the same. So imagine if it was the same scenario, right? To where actually they did that, and then maybe there was, I don't know if it was necessarily immaculate conception, but maybe they considered that because they already considered him dead. And maybe he just had to fucking take off, cut his hair, and change his name so people didn't try to kill him again. You understand? Because I don't know how else to explain it, but it's like, and then I think she, Mary, then was there with a child with nothing, and they were just like, where did this come from? Immaculate conception. So I think a little bit, like a lot of it got just kind of smashed because feminine were literally have had no space in his story. And this is why I say a lot, his story repeats itself, her story repairs itself. And that's why we're moving into this back to this matriarchal way, because ancient things really ran. They passed down the bloodline, even the eggs. Everything is going through the feminine line. The reason why they started passing it down masculine line and naming him and naming him and naming him and owning women, right? Lording over them, owning them as property, as livestock to breed. The family name is how they kept, because the masculine, that DNA doesn't pass down actually. Everything is in the female's eggs. It passes. They've done it. They've done so many tests. And so it's really crazy because we've found out a lot of different things. Like for instance, women don't stop being it, like we don't actually have a biological clock like they think. It's actually the male sperm that gets unhealthy that causes the problem for the female. Crazy, right? Like I've seen a lot of stuff, like I've seen a lot of people posting all this stuff about, women and menopause and premenopause and all this shit, and I even had a friend that was younger than me like be like, "Oh, well, blah blah." And I'm like, "Listen, sweet. I just like was this lady that I go to her little shop. I go to her little restaurant all the time. She's like we're the same age, right? She's like 40, and she just got pregnant with her first kid. She's super fucking healthy. She's not having any fucking problems, and she works like 10 hours a day. And it's like they made sure they had their business and everything going. They were, you know what I'm saying? Like, so this is manipulation. This is spell work on the patriarchy. And the reason why is again because they're into women that are young. They want to do weird things to boys. I talked about this earlier. That's why a lot of the paintings are naked little boys. The cherubs are naked little boys. Angels are not like that. They are fucking gnarly and big. They are not like little boys with their dingle dongs hanging out. But because there's a lot of weird pedophilia, because they like to siphon shit off of children, and they siphon more of the adrenochrome based on the trauma, especially from the children. Yeah, it's weird. It's a lot of weirdness. So, anyways, matriarchy, meow, fuck a patriarchy. We're gonna go. I'm not gonna go deeper into that, but yeah, we're gonna move. We're gonna move out of that. So, but yeah, uh, he sacrificed a 13th month old for 3.5 million. You don't have proof, but he was a Freemason. They told you he passed the. Who is this? Who was this that passed? You had someone tell you to just shut the fuck up already. Never. You could never get me to shut the fuck up, have a voice. Yeah, exactly. And this is a thing. Like they've been silencing us for so long, and now like they can't anymore. Like when I started really getting deep into the channel last year and Lilith was like waking up, this is what a lot of the organized religion is scared of, because they named her, they shamed her, they slut shamed her, just like they probably slut shamed Mary, right? But she was a womb priestess. So it would make sense if he became an ascended master and she was an ascended master, that they were doing this, that they would have had that child, and that child would have become another pot, like she would have turned it into something, right? And that's why you always see her holding the child. Um, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of I mean, I do know the goddesses are telling me, like, I can totally tune into it. But yeah, I don't want to go too deep on it. But yeah, we've just been written out of history because the power is actually within the womb. And I was talking about it earlier, even the Vatican is built on top of Isis's temple. And I wouldn't be surprised if whatever's going on in Israel is on top of some goddess temple as well, to be completely honest with you. They're scared shitless of Lilith, though, because they know that Lilith is going to come in and crush organized religion, the patriarchy, because all the shit that they rewrote. She comes when she reawakens and she comes back and the divine feminine awakens on the planet, she reclaims everything has to be returned that was taken from her, that was rightfully hers. That means her seat, her placement, her place in history. And that's why you guys are probably seeing a lot of this, her story. I started this, like, this is a whole movement because people need to understand that we've been programmed in such a way, and it's not about fuck males. The matriarchy is centered on the children, right? Like there needs to be like it takes a community. It was not just a fucking kitsch phrase. We were meant to do things like this, not separated. Separation, fear, lack, struggle, right? Trying to work hard, like having to work before you can get anything, like that's the loop that they're keeping these people in, that they're siphoning the energy from. And that's what we're moving out of because we're stepping back into our power, right? And that's what matriarchy does. That's what the divine feminine is here to do, is say, listen, the divine exists within you, not just me, right? Like in the future, people will be able to access telepathy the same as me and channeling the same as me. I just have a lot more like ascended. I just have more practice, more study, and I've reincarnated many times to be able to tap this knowledge to reawaken it, right? So it's part of my innate being. And this is part of the prophecy, is where they try to burn it and bury it and remove it, it will be within the DNA, it will be within these feminine, and it will not be able to be deleted. And that's where they left it, is like within the blueprint, within the DNA. And so now it's all waking up and the whole world is like, fuck, and even the earth is cracking open in Ethiopia, like the seed of civilization. And they're finding all of these books that they took out. Why is there only 60 books in the Bible when there's like 88, bro? Are you serious? Why? What happened? What happened? So, um, they hate that we make sense, but can't make their own sense make sense. Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Um, you've used the Wizard of Oz reference. No heart, no brain, no courage. Yeah, Dorothy, just trying to get back to what's like, bro, like for real. Like it can be on a dark note, it can also be on a light note. There's so many ways to interpret that. But once you start to look back at all the different, right, like the Emerald City, right? It was the guy, it was a facade. He was manipulating everybody. Like that's kind of what's going on. He was manipulating everybody and using that energy to build this whole thing. Like that's what we're in. We're in that whole thing, and we're like, what? There's even some type of dark Masonic shit that goes with the fall of the other brick road. Now, I can say not all Eastern Stars, not all Masonics, not all these people are bad. There's many people that get into it for good reasons, but then they start participating in these rituals without understanding them, and then they get locked in. And that's what's problematic. And so that's why I'm just here to share to people, listen, when you go to your organized religion and you partake of the sacrament, you are participating in a satanic blood ritual, flesh and blood. And when people actually think about it for a second and not be like, but I love Jesus, like you can still love Jesus. Jesus still loves you, bro. But like, you shouldn't be trying to eat his flesh and drink his blood. That's satanic. Sorry. Your son passed. Oh, sending you blessings. They slut shame women, but every pervert you've come across has been male, or if it were female, they were seduced by money from a man. And that's what I'm saying. And that's why I was saying it at the beginning, because somebody was like having a hissy fit saying, oh, well, you're shaming this and you're shaming that and you're shaming this. It's like the same thing. And I go over this and I understand I'm not going to make a lot of friends for saying this, but I don't really care. It's not my, It's neither here nor there. I'm the messenger, right? This is a huge thing, right? It's like if you take money, if you're like, well, whatever, like men are taking, no, you're perpetuating the misogyny. You're perpetuating the misogyny by allowing the men, well, they can fuck around, they can do it. No, now you're taking on someone else's trauma, whoever else they're sticking their fucking stick into. And they're bringing it back to your womb, which is the source of creation. And you're just like, whatever, I'm getting paid. You're a whore. There's whore. I'm sorry, but not sorry. But yeah, it's a real thing. And the reality is also like, I tell people this all the time too, and I know that it's not going to get me a lot of friends, but like I come from NorCal, right? I come from San Francisco, from the Bay Area. And so I'm totally good with everybody playing dress up, everybody doing whatever. Like I love how free the city is. I love how open the city is. I love that people can walk around naked if they want, as long as they're not doing weird shit, right? Cool. Awesome. All of it's great. I support people. But here is my general consensus for women that are making transitionings to man. They have a better chance of actually becoming, like actually fully becoming the man versus the man becoming the woman. It's just not possible. You can play dress up all you want as a man, but you will never have a womb. So you will never be a woman. You will not. You'll be a woo man or a whoa man, but you will never be a woman. But see, a female can make a transition to being a male, and they can take the testosterone and all of that stuff, and they can have a thing sewn on and their things cut off, and they can actually become a man. They can actually do, but without, it even says in biblical text and all this other stuff, that, if you don't have this thing, like, then that's what makes you feminine in nature, and this is what makes you masculine. So the size of it also is how they can tell from different species of animals and all this other things. So the reality is, and I'm not hating, right? If you love your tranny stuff, if you love to play dress up, that's great. But understand you're playing dress up. You do not claim to be a woman. And my friend that lives in Thailand, we had a joke about, not a joke, but we were having a laugh about it a week or two ago. And he was like, what's funny is only the trannies in America are like fight to claim that they're women, where the lady boys and other people that do it other places, like they're like, oh yeah, we're lady boy. You know what I'm saying? They're not trying to be something that they're not. They're proud that they have both, and they're like, hey, get you a girl that's got both, like they joke about it, like, and it's not a thing, but it's like this patriarchal order of this manipulation, this deception, and that's what they're doing. And when you're doing that to deceive, to try to, fuck drunk men or try to get money or whatever, and that's why they're doing it, right? To make money, to get attention, because they're just mad because women are inferior in every single way, that they're just like, you know what, now we're going to mock you. You want to play dress up, but don't claim to be a woman, because that's mocking us, because we go through so much hormonal changes, even multiple times in the month. You never had a fucking period. You never had people chasing after you to rape you, to sexually, you never experienced that. So you cannot claim that you're a woman. Sorry, you cannot. You can advocate for women. You can show up as a woman, whatever, you can do all of that, but I don't feel that you belong in female bathrooms as long as you still have a dick, really. And, sorry, people are not going to like that, but I'm just here to drop the information. If you don't have a womb, you cannot be a woman. If you are a woman transitioning to a man, you can take hormones and testosterone and achieve the same results as a man. Not the other way around, because the woman is the original blueprint. The man is still coming from the woman. So the woman can go to being a man, but the man cannot go to being a woman. It's just what it is, guys. Hate to break it to you, but it's just what it is. So anyways, again, I love playing dress up. I'm number one dress up. I love dressing. I love being androgynous too. It's fun. but I'm not doing it to manipulate other people. I'm not doing it to make money. And I'm not doing it to claim something that I'm not. I do it saying I'm playing a character, you know? It's like you're taking away the last thing from it. It's like, this is the funny thing. It's like the reason why they're making men in this feminine state is because actually that's what's keeping the full balance off of the masculine and the feminine. That's what's keeping the balance out of order, is because either men are too masculine and they're fighting, fucking and fighting everybody, or they're too effeminate. And there's no strong, like, divine masculine energy. I mean, there is, I won't say that's a bad thing, knock on wood. There is, that is existent, but it's so minuscule in comparison, and they are the protectors, they're the guardians of the feminine energy. So the fuck? So that's why the system has gotten them that far. And also, something that is really important for people to understand: when you made the choice to incarnate in this body on this planet, you choose your body. When people are like, oh, I'm too this, or I'm too that, or I'm too hairy, or I'm too fat, you chose that. So there is some things that can be in a line, like in your mind and your traumas and stuff, that can cause different things, but you chose to come into that body. So if you chose to come into that body, there was a lesson, there was a karmic lesson that you're trying to balance out to clear some type of karmic debt or trauma, whatever. That's why you came here. That's why you incarnated into that body. So actually, you're doing your higher self, your divine self, your future self, your infinite self a disservice. But again, that's just a strong download that I receive. That's what it is. Now, I'm not saying that there's not the capacity of, like, divine unions and the twin flames and divine connections to be of mixed, to be of same sex. Like, no, I'm not against it, bro. I'm totally not against it. I've had boyfriends, I've had girlfriends. Like, I'm not, but I'm not like, I'm not gay, I'm not lesbian, I'm not, I am just me. I am just interested in soul recognition. I'm interested in how we can vibe and what we can create together. Everything else, like this, like, I see past this. I see this, yeah, when people want to play dress up and whatever, of course, right? But love, this connection, this union, we've misconstrued it. And we need to go back, and to have this faith in source is really getting with ourselves and connecting to our divinity. Because if we were more in tune with ourselves, we wouldn't be so discontent on who we are. We wouldn't be getting whatever, people getting fake tits and the fake asses and lipo and what do you call it, uh filler and weird fucking Botox, and you know what I'm saying. It's like, you're not happy with your own being, which is why you're trying to do all of these things. Like, if you were just actually happy and connected and you loved yourself, then you would be attracting that same frequency. Also, you would probably be just so in love with yourself that that's what you're emitting. It's just the law of correspondence, the law of attraction. So, you know, if you're living a pretend fake life or a life, then, like, those are the type of people and relationships and things that you're going to have that come into your life, and you shouldn't be surprised. Jezebel energy, with the masculine. um but I don't hate, I participate, and I think, like, I have friends, I've had a lot of friends that were drag queens. I love drag queen shows and all of that. That's great. But say you're doing drag. You can't be a woman. You can't be a woman. You don't have a womb. That's just what it is. Tower. I'm breaking down some old things for people today, okay? And it's a lot. It's heavy for people. These other people that did all of this stuff that have been attacking collective, that have been, for some of you guys, there could have been, I'm picking up on this very strongly, there could have been a tranny. There could have been a tranny that came in and got in the way, and now this person, this masculine, is fucking praying to bring this love back together, because they're like, fuck, I can't hide this. Their whole facade is breaking down. Again, this can be, the deletes. This can be the higher up. This can be the system. This can also be the patriarchy, right? The masculine energy, the divine masculine energy. Yeah, they're like literally, they're under torture. They're praying and praying and praying. I said this earlier. You're praying to the wrong person. You should be apologizing and taking accountability. It's like God, the angels, all of them are like, they're not having it. They're just like, bring the tower. Bring the tower. You put all these swords. You're going to get them. You gave all this extra work. You did all this testing, all this bullshit to collective, thinking you were going to come out victorious at the end. No, I think collective is like, listen, I'm the wounded warrior. I'm the one that fucking won. You don't get this. I won by myself. If you wanted to be victorious with me, then where the fuck were you? When you're out, when collective's out here battling and all these people are doing all this and all these people are causing all these towers and stabbing all these swords, where were you? And that's what God is going to say to these people. They're praying, like they're literally, I'm picking up on this. They're literally praying. They're like, please, God, please, 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 please. I didn't mean to fuck this other chick. I didn't mean to get my dick hard, whip it out, pull some chick's underwear and clothes off, and then stick my hard dick in it. It was an accident. The fuck? It was I'm wounded. No, you were just thinking of yourself. You were thinking of what was going to make you feel good, and you didn't think about what you were doing and what you were whatever, because it's like, I keep picking up on this. It's like this masculine it's like they didn't care that they hurt the feminine. They didn't care. And this is patriarchal, the micro and the macro, right? They didn't care. The only thing that they're upset about is they got caught. They got caught. Some of them got caught with their pants down, or this is on video. They're not getting their justice. Collective, you're getting your justice. And for many of them, they may be having now ED, erectile dysfunction. They can't get it up anymore. It just started pouring rain. They can't get it up anymore. That could be part of their divine punishment. Like, you don't get to use that tool because you misused that tool. You shot somebody you weren't supposed to. We're going to have to take that weapon away from you, son. How's that for some fucking divine justice? Somebody may get their dick chopped off. If it's somebody that was making weird sex videos and all this stuff, and if it's multiple of them, line them up. Line them up, line them up. Give me a rusty hatchet, because I'll be chopping and putting those in fucking jars. That's not a joke. People think, I mean, I am joking about it, but like, I will literally have a trophy collection. You people want to try to film me or try to make deep seeks of me, trying to make it look like I spread my legs or mine. I am divine. I am a high priestess. How fucking dare you? That might be part of the punishment. You want to stay alive? You're going to let feminine chop your dick off. Put it in a jar. You may be becoming a tranny real quick because you ain't going to have no other option. They're fucking distraught. They're in despair, bro. They're like, fuck, why didn't I choose this love? Why did I choose this Three of Cups? Why? They have no one else to blame. Nobody's fault but my own. Yeah, they're losing their fortune. They're losing their good. It's like what these people chose to do, and this keeps coming up. what they chose to do. They chose to work with these families. They choose to take the stability. They chose to take your stability. They chose to take your money. They chose to work with your family and with your friends and try to do all of this stuff to attack you, humiliation rituals. They try to unalive you. They try to do all this fucking shit and said a lot of bullshit too. And they're just like, shit, it didn't work out. Yeah, because they're fucking bootleg ass magicians. Now they're over here all fucking depressed. Because all that work that they put in and all that money that they put in didn't fucking pay off. And all that shit talking didn't pay off. They ain't getting checks. They ain't getting a couple of, because they're not truthful and they're not honest. They don't get to move forward. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Go straight to jail. Go to hell, boy. Go straight to hell, boy. Yeah, they're going to be locked up. Because they all work together and they try to pretend. But whatever happened here, it's like, whatever happened here, something happened. And these people are praying. And God is like, listen, I can't hear you. Because I sent in, you asked for a blessing. And I sent it. And when I sent it in, yeah, Lorena Bobbitt, that's right. I say this all the time. When I sent in that blessing that you were begging for, when I sent in that, the ships you've been waiting to come in, you're like, please, God, send me a blessing. Send me someone that's going to love me equally and blah, 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 blah. And God's like, when I sent it to you, what did you do? You lied. And you fucking ran off for that lies. They lied about a lot of things. They've been hiding a lot of things. For some of you guys, you may find out, like the truth may come out. You may find out between Cancer and Leo season. Someone may actually come to tell you the truth. It's like they have no other option. They have no other option than to say everybody that they worked with. They have no other option. They have to take accountability. They have to apologize. There's no way around it regardless. And they're going to have to fucking make a whole, like after they apologize to collective, they're going to have to make like an entire like public apology, global apology, whatever this is, like an entire apology to where the whole world, like they're going to have to say, this is what I did and it was really fucked up and I'm really sorry. Like they're going to have to apologize to a lot. And it's gonna be a real fucking ego death. Real ego death. And whoever they're with, huh? You wish you were pretty. That's just a name you fucking stole. Whoever you were with, whoever they were with, they're gonna have to apologize too. It's like whoever they're with is stalking collective. They're stalking collective because this person doesn't want to be with them. This person doesn't want to be with them. They don't want to talk to them. They don't want to see them. They don't want to take them anywhere. Yeah, because it's like this other person may have pissed off a lot of other people as well. It was a bad move. They abandoned the Empress. Again, do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Go directly to jail. Justice. You didn't show up when you were supposed to. So now who's going to show up is the long arm of the law. Because you didn't do the work. You just thought you could have your cake and eat it too, but you didn't defend divine feminine. Instead, you were defensive of your bad behavior. Someone's going to die. Someone's literally life is going to end. There's going to be, again, like I said, it can be whoever they married, whoever they chose to be with. It can be whoever they got pregnant. It can be the child. It can be something like this because they wrongfully stole something, somebody's destiny, somebody's partner, whatever. And when that happens, right? When that happens and all the truth comes out that they were fucking doing satanic rituals, and now they're like, I don't know, blah, 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 blah. No, you were hoping to receive. You thought that you could take something that didn't belong to you. Guess what? Karma is not a bitch unless you are, unless you're holding on to stuff that doesn't fucking belong to you. Karma ain't a bitch. Karma likes to give things to you that belong to you also. But if you took stuff that doesn't belong to you, then hey, watch out. You may be in for a big surprise. You know? You know what I find really interesting is when you cut off a lot of different people, right? Like for me, I've never had like I've never had like my hormones and my cycle and everything so well aligned, right? Like literally after this, after I kicked out the last dude, it's just like my cycle went to like to a normal to a normal time, and I never experienced that like in my whole life. So actually my cycle, my body, my hormones, my everything is more balanced now than it has ever been in my entire life. And it's because I'm like, whoa, 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 I'm not entertaining shitty masculine energy anymore. It can fuck up your cycle. I think a lot of these people that are experiencing like uh perimenopausal and all this other shit like early, like super early, is because they're in these bad relationships and their body is now changing, and it's because they're trying to be more of a woman, but they're having to be in masculine energy. And so they're that's why it's kicking in like that, because they're just like, oh, you're just gonna work and work and work and work and work. You're not gonna be soft, you're not gonna be in receptive, you're not gonna be in care and compassion, you're not creating, you're just working, 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 working. You're just being a man's bitch. Well, good. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna take away your ability to be a woman. And well, we're gonna give you that, but we're gonna make it really intense. But yeah, I just think it's really weird, like the way that a lot of things are played out in the society. And the reality is if you actually just balance your nervous system, like that has a huge thing to do with like your hormonal imbalances, and then like also like the people that you're around. Like I noticed that like different times over the last like 5 whatever years, like when I was with somebody and they were like with other people, it would always fuck up my cycle to where maybe like I wouldn't have my, I'd be so stressed out or whatever. And it's because I was taking on these other fucking horrors traumas because these people were lying and manipulating. Go figure. My womb is now having womb damage because you fucking stuck your dingle in somebody's damaged fucking womb and then brought it back and fucking inserted their trauma into mine. Go fuck yourself. You're swapping DNA. I don't want someone's bad fucking bloodline. I've worked on my shit for 15 years. So if you can't keep your dick out, you know, fuck off, bro. Like that's where I'm at. Stalking because they just can't get enough. This is who's stalking is this other person, this other lover. That's who's stalking. They're obsessed because they're trying, it's like they're trying to replicate. Some of them may have even gotten some weird type of like plastic surgery or some other stuff, and it's like they may have had like something backfire. Like for some of them, I'm picking up like botched plastic surgery, botched like if they get too much filler or whatever, like the whole face can start sagging. Like I'm just picking up on some weird shit. But they're stalking and stalking, stalking because they try to unalive you. They took this person away so you didn't have protection. They were fucking them in secret. They were connecting them to some satanic sex ritual, and they were doing it to try to unalive collective. It didn't work out. This collective has a higher level of protection, and what is theirs will come to them. But what it did let you know is who's not your friend and who's not your family. And it did let you know, okay, thank you. I've healed. Thank you. I'm on to the next shit. I'm not dealing with this anymore. Yeah, whoever this bitch is or whatever. Yeah, collective, you're in this energy. Single, successful, and just loving yourself, loving life, loving yourself. You're good. You're good. And because you're good and because you chose yourself, you're now about to get this extra payout. You're about to get like it's like a new love enters. Yeah, a new union. Someone else comes in to offer this cup of love. Someone that is emotionally capable. They have emotional intelligence, not this fucking Jezebel incubus ass spirit that can't keep their shit together. They're like, oh, well, fuck you. This other person is going to come in and try to wife you, life you, or whatever real quick. This new person's going to be really supportive. They're going to be really supportive. You have a whole, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Anything else? Anything else collective needs to know? Yeah, you guys are going to have your happy ending. And this person is going to be, you guys are going to have a lot more passion. Wow, a lot more love than you ever experienced before. And you're going to get this whole happy ending. And this whole happy ending is going to come with like some type of legacy. Again, picking up on castle or property or whatever, estate, vineyards, farms, gardens, whatever. Yeah, and there's going to be so much love and so much passion, and it's going to be like an equal exchange. It's not going to be one over the other. Like this person is going to be doting over you, like adoring you. Yeah, you don't need somebody that can't make a decision. It's like this person is going to come in and you're going to be their whole choice. There's not going to be any other choices or options. They're just going to be like, for all the other people that fumbled you, they're going to be over there fucking crying in that Five of Cups energy, Five of Swords energy, because I thought they could pull one over and that didn't work out. How'd that work out for you? Not so good? Crazy. Not surprised. Yeah. Because that's what jealous, envious, unhealed people do, especially when they work with weird fucking family members that are trying to take shit from collective and use fucking magic. Yeah, it's these secret societies. Family was working with these secret societies. They were trying to send in some type of false love, and you denied it. You're like, nope, I don't want that. I'm not gonna. They were trying to send in some false fucking love to prevent you from moving on to your future and to keep you in this state of depression or despair because this person was not really gonna love you. It's like imagine again. I keep picking up on this. It's like a humiliation ritual. They're just like, oh my god, yeah, I came in to see you, and then it's like, then this other bitch walks up and she's like pregnant with the kid. Oh, well, can we all be together? Like, the fuck? Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Literally, get the fuck on. Like, you will get what you deserve. Trust me. And when you take things from divine beings that were divinely orchestrated, it doesn't mean that when the divine takes it away from you, it doesn't mean that that masculine gets the feminine anymore. It means you don't get them because you stole something that didn't belong to you, and it means they don't get that happy ending either because they stole something also from feminine. So you guys are both in fucking debt and you're going to get nothing at the end of the day. You're going to get rinsed the fuck out. Yeah, they're trying to destiny swap. Yeah. Stalking. Yeah, exactly. Trying to fuck them. The divine feminine caught on before that could happen. And the masculine now. Don't make me yawn. Damn too late. Yeah. It's the same thing. And it's happening, right? For me, for you, it's just happening in the collective and it's just what's going on. And yeah, you guys were like, nah, we noticed it. We're just like, you know what, we caught on and we're like, nah. Like actually we don't chase, we attract. So either you fucking come forward, you cough up the fucking truth, and then you see what it is. And if the truth is going to piss somebody off, then expect to get the shit slapped out. You expect to get a slap in the fucking face. If you're just like, but I really, really, really love you and all this other stuff, but you were fucking somebody else, like, where were you? Where were you when Collective was abandoned? You were over here with this Jezebel spirit. And you can say that it was spell work and all this shit, but if you weren't entertaining it in the first place, you would have never done it. If you weren't partying with the fucking whores, you wouldn't have ended up fucking one in a fucking hotel or a motel room, would you? Hello? If you weren't going to fucking sex parties, you wouldn't have ended up in the fucking orgy that got you tied into the sex magic that's ruined your entire life and many other people's and gonna take down all these fucking rings all in one fucking go, like a fucking dominoes. And yeah, and that's why they're mad, because they can't affect it. You're just like, you know what? Nah. And if you're divinely orchestrated and protected, then your guides are going to be like, no, they're literally going to block these people from communicating with you, block them from talking to you, block them from being able to get to you. And they're going to let us know every time, like, nope, this person is a piece of shit. Nope, nope. Oh, that was one of the people that was fucking whatever and this and that and blah, 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 blah. And that's what they were showing me earlier. And this girl was like, well, I'm really mad at you. And they try to gang up on me and now bad shit's happening to them. Well, that's great because I know you're a dancer and a performer. So why don't you fall and go into paraplegic state like the bitch that started the black magic on me? How about that? How about that? Because that's what you wanted to happen, right? You shouldn't have fucking touched a dick that didn't fucking belong to you when you knew that. But you took money, so you are a fucking prostitute, a hooker, and a whore. And that's what was coming through before it started. It was like very strong, and I was like, whoa, okay, okay. Because the thing is you do take money. You take money to get undressed in front of people. You take money to dance naked, and you know you're a stripper, and then what? And then you fucked. You took money to fuck. Someone else paid you to do it, to put that disease and that black magic on that pool. So now you're also charged with attempted fucking manslaughter because you tried to give Divine Feminine Collective some type of STD, STI, whatever. So yeah, attempted manslaughter also. It's gonna be great as a paraplegic in fucking Indonesian prison, ain't it? Enjoy, you dumb fucking whore. Yeah, you love you more than they love you and could never. Yeah. And that's the reality. And when we start loving ourselves more, then only the people that are willing to love us at that, to match our love, to match that vibrational frequency, are the only ones that are going to be there. They're the only ones that are going to be able to show up and do all that. Wow, it's 222, 223. So yeah, it's about really making space. It's making space for this divine union. It's making space, and literally, if they did this to divine masculine, right? Um, there's gonna be another soulmate. There's gonna be somebody else that comes in. You don't have to forgive somebody that didn't choose you, that actively chose somebody else, that chose something else, that chose not to show up, that chose not to support you, that chose to, they thought it would be funny to participate in humiliation ritual, or that chose to be part of a little fake Masonic group, that chose to be part of the cool kids crew and try to fucking humiliation ritual, that chose to steal collective's intellectual property, that chose to fucking put out more information showing them as a fucking whore, whatever, that chose to believe the story, the fictional story, instead of fucking speaking to collective yourself. That's what you get. Choices. We're given thousands of them every day. So make sure we're out there making good choices, kids and adults and whatever you are. Make good choices. Love yourself. And if people are not in support of you, if people are showing you that they are disrespecting you because they're hiding and lying and doing all of this shit, it doesn't matter all the other shit. It doesn't matter if you bought me a car or built me a fucking house. If you're fucking other whores, you can't enter my temple, and I don't feel safe anywhere that you have, because you've proven to me that you're not protected, that you're not protecting love, that you're not protecting me, that you're not protecting, that you're not. That's all I see. lack of safety, lack of security, lack of support, lack of communication, lack of honesty, lack of self-control. So later, right? Bye. Deuces. And when one won't, there's 10 more that will. Don't worry and don't sell yourself short. Write down the things, what you expect or what you would like in a partner, in a job, in whatever it is, and focus on that. I'm not going to not have this. I have a whole list. Like, you know? But yeah, just know if you interrupt or you disrupt or you fucking take or you try to destiny swap or do all that, you can use dark magic and it will work for a certain amount of time, but only while you can fucking siphon or harvest the energy from the person which you stole it from. So if they stop fucking the guy that you're fucking, then guess what? You don't have any more power. So now you got to go find and fuck somebody else to siphon their energy to try to keep that going. Guess what? You're gonna just like the movies that you guys see. Excuse me, where the vampire's like, I need to suck the blood to get younger. It's like that. It's so fucking weird. It's so creepy. But yeah, you know, whatever. And they go around and they're doing all this, but they're insatiated. They can't you got fired from your last job because you said you just want to be part of the cool kids. That's funny. You're funny. You're funny, Crystal Nexus. Where are you from? Where are you from in the world? Just out of curiosity before I close this out. I like you. You're good vibes. You're good vibes. Um, yeah. It's just important that we boundaries without repercussions or consequences are simply just suggestions, nothing more. So if you're like, listen, I'm cool with this, and you're like, listen, like, and that's the thing. That's what I told the past person. I was like, listen, I only have a couple rules. One, if you are interested in somebody else, I better be the first one to hear about it before you even tell them. You better tell me. And if anything happens between you and somebody else, I better be the first one to hear about it. Not my guides, not a friend, not somebody else. Because if that happens, it's a fucking hard no. And if you really want to be with somebody, then you need to just share that with me. And I don't want you lying about that and coming and bringing that energy on me because I'm a high womb priestess, right? High priestess. I work with womb magic and broke all three of those, even though I wouldn't have fucking cared if they just were like, blah, 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 blah. And then on top of it, you fucked a fucking whore that works at a fucking whorehouse that's living with fucking trannies and other whores and trying to say that she's not, and you fucked her without a fucking condom, and then came and lied to me, and then was wondering why I was throwing up and having diarrhea and all this shit and being sick to my stomach because I could feel that the bitch took 6 fucking dicks that day. And you're like, but she's only been with 6 people. I was the 6th person she's been with. Yeah, today. She's a fucking whore. She fucks for money. And you believed it. And you like, bro, trying to fry out my nervous system with the fucking syphilis. Fuck that bitch. I hope she dies 1,000 deaths. Terrible. I hope actually she gets to live. I hope that whole little crew becomes their little paraplegic crew, the little roller girls, right? Go for it. Let's go. So mote it be. Ohio. That's right. That's cool. Ohio. That's what's up. Well, nice to meet you. Thank you for being here. Hopefully you subscribe so you can come back. I generally come on a little bit earlier than this every night, but I did a long feed earlier today. But yeah, you'll have to check out. I have to do everything is in the lives. So you got to go to the lives. I literally come live every day. But yeah, I'll be dropping all kinds of different knowledges and sharing like the collective energy. So I appreciate your energy here and thank you for listening to my rants and for literally, for good feedback and understanding. And yeah, we have a lot of things. A lot of us are healing from a lot of things that we went to, right? Catholic schools, Catholic college, whatever. I didn't go to that, but my parents were super fucking religious, and I had to do Bible study like every day before high school and all this stuff. Like, bro, it was crazy. So, anyways, um, I get it, but we're healing it as a collective. It's a large collective wounding, and we're healing it on a larger level. So, if you are interested in trying to schedule a personal or private reading, or you just want to contribute, my PayPal is in the link below /Zoe. Okay. I also have a $5 reading raffle. Okay. There's a link for a little short instructional video on the instructions to join that. It's $5 or €5. I will be giving away 7 25-minute private sessions. When I get to 25 people, I think we're at like 6 people right now. So you can buy more than one raffle ticket, but yeah, it just for minimal, it's five on it. And yeah, as always, guys, I appreciate your interactions, your presence, your kindness, your love. I really love all of you guys. And in case nobody told you today, I think you're amazing. You're doing awesome. You got this. You're on your own, but you're not alone. Keep going. If nobody told you, I'm proud of you. You got this. We're all in it together. Don't worry. Reach out to the collective. Community is here. Thank you for being Awesome Soul Collective, Soul Fam, Star Seeds, for being your bright, brilliant self. And as always, I love you guys. Fuck the patriarchy, matriarchy, meow. Zoe out.